665. That's how many days Russia and Ukraine have been at war. In this time, we've seen the momentum swing. First, a Russian blitzkrieg, then a Ukrainian counteroffensive, then a stalemate, and now another Russian onslaught. It is clear that Moscow has the edge, which is why Vladimir Putin's latest comments have raised eyebrows. Yesterday, Putin had two key meetings. One was with soldiers who fought in Ukraine. He awarded them Russia's Gold Star. It's their top military honor. Then Putin met with his top military aides and he told them he's ready to negotiate with Ukraine and the West. But on one condition. Listen in.
We won't interfere, but we won't give up our territory. This is what everyone in Ukraine, Europe, and the USA, everyone who is aggressive towards Russia, should understand. If they want to negotiate, let them negotiate. We will only do it based on our interests.
So that's Putin's message. We will talk, but on our terms. The question is why? After all, Putin has a battlefield advantage now. So why is he eyeing a political settlement? Maybe he wants to negotiate from a position of strength. Maybe he fears that the momentum will swing again. Or maybe he knows that the West will turn him down anyway, in which case there is nothing to lose. The Kremlin has now clarified Putin's remarks. They say there is no basis for talks now. Apparently, the conditions are not good. Then why did Putin offer negotiations? Well, there's no point speculating. Instead, let's put his comments in context. What is the state of this war? Is there a peace deal on the table? And is the West willing to talk? Let's look at the battlefield first. Russia controls more than 17% of Ukraine's land. This year, Kyiv launched a counteroffensive to take back some of it. But that operation failed. Look at how one soldier described it, and I'm quoting, "As we like to say in the army, the plan was good on paper, but we forgot about the trenches." So Ukraine is stuck. Meanwhile, Russia is putting more men on the ground. It's being called a relentless assault. Also, the airstrikes continue. Russia has launched 5 aerial raids this month. The latest was on Tuesday. 19 drones targeted Kyiv, Odessa, and Kherson. The Kharkiv region was hit by 2 missiles and casualties. Ukraine says none. But these air raids are not just about damage. It's also about psychology. It's about turning Ukrainians against their leadership. And looks like it is working. A new opinion poll has been published in Ukraine. It looks at public trust. 62% people have trust in Volodymyr Zelensky, their president. I know it sounds like a lot. Most Western leaders are stuck below 50, so 62% should be good. But in the month of December last year, Zelensky polled much higher, close to 84%. So in 1 year, his ratings have dropped by 22%, which is a huge drop. At the same time, trust in the army is unshaken. 96% Ukrainians trust the military. 88% trust the commander-in-chief, the same man who said that the war is at a stalemate. So what is Zelensky doing? On Tuesday, he organized a year-end press conference. I guess it's the new fad in town. Zelensky says Russia has not achieved any victory.
Russia did not achieve any victory. Our fighters have done well. People have done well. I am once again grateful to them for this. As for financial assistance, we are working very hard on it. I am sure that the United States of America will not betray us and that what we have achieved with the United States will be fulfilled.
So Zelensky is betting on the US. It is a risky bet. American senators say aid will not be approved before the new year. The US House is already on holiday. So this winter will be tough, which brings us to the peace deal. Is there one on the table? Zelensky proposed a 10-point formula last year. And the key points were this. Russia must withdraw all its soldiers. Russia must respect Ukraine's borders. Europe must guarantee Kyiv's future security, and Russian soldiers must be tried for war crimes. But for Putin, it's a non-starter. He will never agree to these terms. So the question is, will Zelensky make some concessions now? He proposed a peace plan in August last year, but 2 months later, he signed a new decree. He outlawed any negotiations with Putin. This was after Russia formally annexed Ukrainian land. So last year, he was not game, but 2023 has been a year of setbacks for him. Could that force Zelensky's hand? The Kremlin says the West won't let it happen. And that's right. Moscow claims Britain asked Kyiv to withdraw from the peace talks. It's a massive allegation. Britain asked Kyiv to withdraw from the peace talks. Neither Kyiv nor London has reacted yet, but it's a big claim to make. And if true, it is a problem because Zelensky will negotiate only if the West wants him to, only if they pressure him. And which Western leader will do that? Some do appear interested, like French President Emmanuel Macron. He says he would still take calls from the Russian president.
If President Putin has a willingness to engage in dialogue and serious proposals to move forward and emerge from the conflict and build a lasting peace, that is to say one that respects international law and therefore Ukrainian interests and sovereignty, I'll take the call and will spare no effort to obtain a result.
It will be a test of leadership. Putin has elections coming up in March 2024. He will win, no doubt. But how does he want to start his next term? As a wartime leader or with a fresh start? Same with Zelensky. He always knew that he couldn't win this war, but now he could lose it. So both Putin and Zelensky have many factors to weigh, like legacy, politics, strategy. If they stick to the battlefield, there will be only one winner. And that's how wars work. But if they negotiate, more possibilities open up. We'll have to wait and see what they choose.